Meanwhile, students are crowding Shanghai's museums, including Fengshe Museum's special exhibition on Sanxingdui Relics, discovering a civilization that ran parallel to tribes in China's Midlands before documented history. Sun Siqi takes a tour.
The Sanxingdui exhibition is drawing large crowds, especially on weekends when all 5,000 reservations are booked in advance. Some parents and children come prepared. Ms. Cheng prepared a question list for her daughter and her friend, since both are fascinated with history and archaeology.
I've been to archaeology classes on ceramics and jadeware at Shanghai Museum. I'm here to learn about the craftsmanship behind the objects and speculate about their use.
I'd like them to have a purpose. They have to find an object and take notes about its history. And when they go home, they have to write an article about it.
I'm most interested in history between the Western and Eastern Zhou periods. My biggest questions today are, who is a man in a bronze sculpture? What is he wearing and what is he holding in his hands?
The larger-than-life mask was likely erected on a pole for ritual ceremonies. Exhibits also include totems for bird and sun worship. Sanxingdui was a period during the ancient Shu civilization that started 4,500 years ago and ended around 300 BC. It ran parallel to the Midland tribes in the Central Plains and the Liangzhu civilization in what is now Zhejiang province. Though spread across areas that made long-distance transportation difficult for prehistoric people, there is evidence that these three civilizations did have exchanges.
Some jade relics unearthed had shapes similar to Liangzhu jade zong. As for bronzeware, there's a container similar in both shape and motif to a Shang dynasty bronze zun that was discovered in the Midlands. This shows the three civilizations influenced one another.
Historians believe the ancient Shu people lived in the Sichuan basin and built a city at Sanxingdui 4,000 years ago. They stayed there for 800 years until they were forced to move to Jingsha 40 kilometers south due to a natural disaster. The civilization went on for another millennium before being destroyed by the Qing state during the Eastern Zhou dynasty. A lack of records means many mysteries still surround the Shu people.
Since the first relics were unearthed in 1986, we have not yet uncovered any texts from the civilization. The greatest difficulty is assessing the state of mind from people of that culture based on the objects that we have.
The exhibition runs until the end of August. Across the city, student discounts are available at the Natural History Museum and Shanghai Astronomy Museum, which opens on Sunday. Shanghai Museum has free admission for students. Sun Siqi, ICS for CGTN, Shanghai.